Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. This is as simple as it gets. The Bitcoin cycle mid-top point is completely in on the green monthly RSI channel. This implies that the local high was likely $45,000. Guys, this is coming from CryptoCon here. So localized high right up there, 45,000 in this particular cycle. And if you take a look at the RSI, the cycle mid-top channel, we are focusing on that channel here. You guys can see it down here, and we are right in and around that same spot. Now, one of the other things he was mentioning in a former video was that the Bitcoin price would hit the 0.618. We aren't quite there yet, but guys, take a look at this trend. A classic retrace, not similar to what we've been seeing over the last month or so, couple of months now, almost 2 months, where that Bitcoin trend has just slowly kind of crept up to the upside. Now we are seeing a significant retrace, cannot make new highs, and the trend is coming down back to former lows. So check this out. If I throw it on the hourly, you guys can probably see that. A little bit better there. Bitcoin trend now retesting former support here. So you guys can see we did wick down, and here we are also wicking down, retesting the support at around $40,700 per BTC. And I have a feeling over the next couple of months, we are going to see this retrace continue. So got my money on the side. You can check out what I'm trading once if this does occur, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. And it is only $5 a month, guys. I have kept it purposely affordable because I want you guys to see what I'm trading now, where I'm buying now when the prices retrace, when they get lower. And then when those targets move up, I want you guys to stick with me, see where I'm going to be trading, hopefully close to all-time high in 2024, maybe into 2025. So $5 a month, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. If you care to follow me on my trading journey. The altcoin market is also following, of course. We got an XRP price now below 60 cents. So, maybe another opportunity to purchase some XRP as well. I guess I should just go back to Bitcoin here real quickly. Where is Bitcoin trading as of now? It was trading 42, 43,000. Now we're hovering in around 41,000, dipping into that $40,000 level. I think once we do get back to the 30s, I think that is really the time to be eyeing where the King Crypto is going to be going next. So XRP is down, guys. You guys can see market cap 2 back down to $1.54 trillion. 24-hour volume is up a little bit, but Bitcoin dominance still holding on 52.2%. And you can see here, greed is now at 70. So greed is slowly creeping down as well. A bit of a red day today in the crypto space. We're seeing losses, especially for the altcoins, because Bitcoin is losing ground. So altcoins are getting hit harder, including XRP. Guys, don't think XRP is special. It is getting hit just as hard. So guys, this is par for the course. Just another opportunity in my mind to be paying attention and scooping up, maybe one last ditch effort to scoop up some of those cryptocurrencies that you've been eyeing over the last few months that you thought, oh no, now they've taken off, now it's too late. DJ Peter Vass posting this, Ripple case no longer matters for XRP holders. In terms of the Ripple lawsuit, I know 2021, especially 2022, we were all kind of focused on, okay, what is this verdict going to be, and what's it going to mean for XRP? Are we going to see it take off? And we did see it go up to 90 cents. Not exactly what we were hoping for, but looking into the future, guys, looking into this bull run, because we can't dwell on the past here. Panos Mekras, co-founder and CFO at Nodos, he's suggesting that the broader ecosystem associated with Ripple and XRP is gaining more traction. And he is saying, the focus is apparently shifting from Ripple's legal challenges to the technical progress and innovations within the XRP ledger ecosystem. He's saying, beyond the legal woes, Mekras has opined that the outcome of the Ripple SEC lawsuit is becoming less relevant to XRP holders. I think I would agree with that. According to Mekras, XRP has already been cleared of its allegations of being a security, and the XRPL ecosystem is advancing with numerous projects and developments. So, in terms of the technology, developers have been continuously building on the XRP ledger, which is good. And these developers are all over the world. So, the SEC lawsuit did not affect their work. But in terms of trading, I don't think XRP holders are really care anymore. I think, as soon as those exchanges started relisting XRP, it was game over for, any kind of worry about the SEC lawsuit at that point. Dwelling on the legal stuff, I just feel like who cares? If XRP has the clarity, and most people know that, and the exchanges are supporting that notion too. It would be one thing if XRP got the clarity, but all the exchanges were still kind of apprehensive to relist XRP, but that is certainly not the case. They are in the business of making money too. They want to have another on-ramp, off-ramp available for XRP traders so they can make their commission fees on these trades in this coming bull run. So guys, it's looking as though it does not matter to XRP traders. At least that is the sentiment in the space. Wanted to thank DJ Peter Vass for pointing that out. Charles Hoskinson's a little cranky today. He was responding to this by Good Morning Crypto. 365 days ago, Charles Hoskinson dropped a bomb on the XRP community. You guys remember this? When he said XRP provides no partnership or technical value, then David Schwartz came after him. You may want to wait a few days, read this tweet back, and think about whether you're sure that's the combination of things you really want to say. The XRP community would not let it go, but Charles Hoskinson did respond to this just 19 hours ago. Yes. What leads you to this conclusion, asks Good Morning Crypto. And then Charles Hoskinson responds, 2 years of daily harassment by the community. Aw, muffin. The lack of technical overlap between Cardano and XRP and the different product market fit. Projects like Tezos, Algorand, Polkadot, Ethereum, and Cardano are solving similar problems. Ripple is built for a different purpose. The connection of each tech makes no sense, especially given the constant personal attacks, harassment, and utter inability to have a conversation. So here he's blaming the XRP community. Well, you shouldn't have come after us, Charles. I've been exceedingly clear, he says, about what I said. Many members of the XRP community will not accept or understand my statements. I don't know why or how it benefits them. Even your question provokes a fight. Why ask it? There will now be another string of articles, Reddit posts, anti-Charles tweets. What's the point? 24 Hours Crypto just asking, define daily harassment. You called us all conspiracy theorists, and we ended up being right about the Joe Lubin ETHgate story. And I thought Charles was actually on side at this point. But he continues by saying it is a conspiracy theory to state Joe Lubin bribed the SEC to go after Ripple. No evidence has ever been presented. Again, you are unable to understand my comments. You are again conflating the free pass with my comments. Thanks for proving my point. Well, Charles Hoskinson, acting like a dog with a bone, just will not let it go, even though he said he would let it go at a point. I don't know if you guys remember that. I don't have a tweet up here suggesting that, but I do remember him saying that. Good Morning Crypto down here saying, I respect that you took the time to respond and elaborate on your response. It's important to ask questions because thousands, if not millions of people value your opinion, and making a bold blanket statement like this can be confusing for the everyday investor. But Charles did say, he did make a 52-minute video on the topic, breaking down his opinion exhaustively. It was also ignored and misrepresented. So, still wanting to, get into a spat with the XRP community, calling us all conspiracy theorists. I mean, if you've been following the ETHgate thing, which I'm trying to I talk about it sometimes. I don't dwell on it too much because it doesn't affect my bottom line. I'm interested in making money in this space. So where are those opportunities? Well, XRP, obviously, that is my main holding. Now diversifying into other cryptocurrencies, the $10,000 plus portfolio that you can find at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. This is where I want to focus my energy. And so, when we see these kind of spats, does it really, who cares? I mean, really, who cares? I'm going to admit I'm not going to ignore them completely. But at the end of the day, what do we get from it? Maybe some mild entertainment. Anyway, wanted to thank Good Morning Crypto here just for posting that. Now, Megan on Twitter posted this, guys, new players coming into the crypto market. Let's get back on track here. Marcus Thielen, and 10x Research. Here's what he's saying about this crypto market because we really got to focus. Bitcoin moving down, an opportunity perhaps to purchase, get some more altcoins in the coming months. But then, guys, from there, especially after that Bitcoin halving, we are going to see some mega moves. And here's what Marcus thinks is going to happen. Listen to this.
This year, it's all about macro. It's all about a new player coming into the market, which is potentially BlackRock or other institutional investors. But again, I think it's a macro picture that brought the crypto market down in November 2021. And I think it's a macro picture that brought it back up.
Do you think it stays here?
I think we're going to rally further, right? Because there is this more incentive.
What will be the catalyst for that rally?
Well, one, of course, is the Bitcoin spot ETF approval, right? When you look historically, in 2017, when the Bitcoin futures was announced until it was actually approved, there was like 6-7 week window. Bitcoin prices actually rallied 180%. So I think we can make an argument if a Bitcoin spot ETF is actually approved, prices will just rally further until basically there is a last buyer in the market. Okay. I think that would be a big trigger. Macro is still a big tailwind. I think people are expecting 3 rate cuts next year, but I think generally the pattern we see is 1 year bear market, 3-year bull markets, and this is the first year bull market in crypto that we had.
Okay.
Marcos, one of the reasons why digital currencies are popular is because of money transmission, being able to transmit money from my wallet to your wallet and from your wallet to mine. But with central banks stepping into the scene now, with central bank digital currencies, is there a future for cryptocurrencies when I can actually go through a central bank to do the same thing?
Well, I think what it does, it's going to help with the, with the general adoption, because people suddenly become a lot more aware, people become a lot more comfortable. But I think historically it has shown that people actually prefer non-government related assets, right? And I think one example, for example, this year when we had like the big kind of banking crash in the US in March this year, one of the most compliant or more compliant stable coins circles, for example, lost a lot of their market cap. And the market cap went to Tether, which is out of the US reach, basically being based in the Bahamas and so on. And I think that just shows that people have a tendency to move money into digital currencies that are outside of the reach of the regulator. So I don't think it's going to be kind of cannibalizing the market, quite the contrary. I think it's going to bring in more players, because some players want to work with a regulator, want to be with a regulated market, and others, as a majority of the market, I think until now at least, really prefer like a currency or digital assets that are basically free from any regulatory overhang.
And in your opinion, do you think all the bad actors have been flushed out of the system already?
Well, I mean, with bad actors, right, it's kind of difficult to answer, right? Because when there's money involved, it always attracts bad actors. But of course, the SEC has gone after.
But those bad actors were the big actors also, the main actors.
Exactly, these are the big building blocks, basically. And I think the argument, has been really they tried to be compliant. In the beginning, they were just building a technology stack. But we have seen this actually. So the history of the cryptocurrency market over the last kind of 12, 13, 14 years is really that exchanges have grown very quickly. When the KYC process just included an email address and then that's it, right? That was always a trick for exchanges to grow very quickly. So, of course, now with a new player coming into the market, which is institutions, I think you want to be more compliant because you want to attract the big flow. And those are like really big flows that could be coming into the market.
So discussing quite a few things there. First of all, I wanted to point out the class of 23, this is the unofficial, mark of, where the traders in this market are. When you're new to the crypto market, like people FOMOing in 2020, maybe 2021, and then the market declined. Well, that was the top 2021. You were the class of 21. Me personally, I was the class of 2017-18. The top of the market was early January 2018. Basically, that is when you learned your lesson. And now there's going to be another class learning an important lesson and, taking advice from people who have been in it. And I'm still learning too. I mean, class of 2014, a lot of guys have been in this space for a long time. But anyway, I'm kind of getting off topic here. What Marcus was saying, crypto market, 4-year cycle, 3 year of bulls, 1 year of bear. We're past that bear market phase. So he's suggesting a lot of money still going to come in. And they kept flashing this on the screen, January 8th to 10th, 2024. That is when we're going to get some pivotal news. So what we can expect at that point is still anybody's guess, I guess. From what I'm seeing now, we're going to see the Bitcoin price decline up until then. Then maybe we might see a bit of a boost. But who knows? It might be a bull trap, in which case we will see the market kind of taper out, maybe trade sideways for a bit. And then after the halving, I think it's going to be April 2024, late April 2024. And then beyond that is when we're going to see the bulk of those gains. He also talked about getting, the idea of stable coins and the regulation in the market, talked a little bit about the SEC and how once there was a bit of uncertainty, people were moving their money out of Circle USDC and into Tether. So the unregulated option there. So some people are interested in the regulations. Obviously, there are a lot of people that are not. So having that ability to move back and forth and, find an exchange that you can still sign on to in the country of residence that you live in, where you do have multiple options for trading, because I cannot stress this enough. Onboarding, offboarding is going to be very important. I mean, if you can't cash your crypto out, well, what's the point, right? Anyway, wanted to thank Megan here for pointing that out. Oh, and by the way, guys, I am going to be talking about on and off ramps very soon at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel if you're interested in knowing a little bit more about my thoughts on that. I know I've been getting requests for that particular video, so I'm going to do a little video there about that. Anyway, moving along, because we've got some interesting news with regards to Vechain. This one coming from Eisenreich here on Twitter. $1 billion Tangem wallet now embraces Vechain. Users are getting more crypto storage power. According to the latest report, users will be able to soon store their VET tokens via the Tangem wallet. This comes following an announcement that the hardware wallet maker Tangem is planning to provide support for Vechain. And guys, that is to be expected January 2024, so just next month. Vechain is coming. We are thrilled to announce that we have started integrating the Vechain network network. It will be available in January, and this came out just a few days ago, December the 14th. The integration of Vechain would open VET to millions of users patronizing the Tangem network. On top of that, Tangem would have the chance to onboard more users. In this context, VET has more than 900,000 holders. According to reports, the average number of users holding new VETs currently stands at about 200 to 250 per hour. A couple of weeks ago, VET added 57,300 addresses to go past 50,401 addresses recorded back in April of 2021. So VET addresses are growing too. Vechain, another one of those cryptocurrencies that I'm going to be trading, that I am trading, part of the $10,000 plus portfolio, but also part of my legacy portfolio. And as you guys can see, Vechain has moved down a little bit, also correcting with the rest of those altcoins in the market. So Vechain, potentially another buying opportunity for that coin once we do see the market become more depressed. So wanted to thank Eisenreich here just for pointing that out. Also happen to see this, guys, from Subjective Views, brought to me by Susan Anthony, okay, from Ripple's latest CBDC white paper. Now, this was news from the summer, but I seem to have missed this, okay? Late July 2023, apparently Ripple, a company called SuperHow, and Exology have created a partnership. SuperHow is a private blockchain tech research lab based in Lithuania. And guys, they're working with central banks. They created a project called Exology, which is tokenized security trading and trading settlement systems. So international trading, tokenized securities, right? Both have been featured as partners of Ripple. And so here is the blog from July, from the summer. On the Exology website, it clearly shows a partnership with Ripple and the EU, the European Union. This spring, though, SuperHow took part in the BIS Innovation Hub London Center Tech Sprint on CBDC use case prototyping, which utilized API functionality of Project Rosalind. SuperHow was selected as one of the 3 teams on a basis of originality, completedness, and quality of presentation. They presented the Exology project, led by Dr. Marius Juligas, SVP of Research and Innovations. Before joining SuperHow, Dr. Marius led the BIS Innovation Network CBDC Working Group and was a member of the ECB High-Level Task Force for the digital euro. So some heavy-hitting players here. He's also a board member of the Bank of Lithuania for 9.5 years, and he aims to develop a regulatory compliant infrastructure within the scope of the European Union DLT pilot regime. So some big connections here to Ripple, building upon this foundation laid by the EU's initiatives. Ripple, the blockchain technology research lab, SuperHow, have partnered and developed regulatory compliant infrastructure, guys. So this coming from this report directly, the EU connected system. And here you guys can see through Exology's website, Ripple, SuperHow, and Orion, and the European Union. There's the symbol for the EU, all connected in this particular project. So some great news here, utilizing DLT technology. I mean, the ECB has been on board with Ripple from the beginning. I know Christine Lagarde has been very, very cozy with Ripple even since 2018, 2019, when Brad was invited to those original BIS meetings way back then. But anyway, we got some great news here coming from Subjective Views. I also have the Exology report up here from back in the summer, which I will link in the description of the video for you guys. So wanted to thank Subjective Views for pointing that out. Wanted to keep moving along because we got some more news, ISO 20022. Let's do it, pointing this out. Now, guys, this from a Franklin Templeton report. They're predicting a 147,000 Bitcoin. He's saying by April 2024, but it is looking like it is moving closer into 2025 here. So that is, I want to give you guys an accurate representation here. I think Bitcoin is going to do fairly well. And, even now, we would never get these kinds of predictions from institutions. But guys, now Franklin Templeton is putting out their prediction for Bitcoin, a Bitcoin price, which ultimately means the rest of the market is going to rally along with it. So this $40,000 Bitcoin today, guys, this is the beginning. This is just the beginning in what we're going to see for the rest of the crypto space. As you know, altcoins follow Bitcoin. And if Franklin Templeton is suggesting $147,000 Bitcoin, and I think what they mean is the peak of the market, whether that is into 2025 or before that. You notice here how the chart shows kind of late into 2025 to buy them some time. If they're off by a bit, I think it could be within, by the end of 24 or mid 25. Realistically, just basing that prediction on former trends, what we've seen in the past. Well, anyway, this is what Franklin Templeton is now saying. And here you guys can see the Q4 2023 report is linked in this tweet. So wanted to thank ISO 20022. Let's do it. Chad Steingraber here, just adding a little bit to this. Who is Franklin Templeton? Millions of clients in more than 155 countries, $1.4 trillion in AUM, assets under management, and 1,300 investment professionals, okay? These are people that go out and sell their products to institutional clients. So just a bit of a snippet here from the Google search. Templeton, one of the world's largest independent specialized global investment managers. So this is not small potatoes, guys. And they are predicting a Bitcoin over $145,000 at the top of the bull run. You could just imagine what that could mean for other cryptos. I mean, in the past, we have assumed that, Bitcoin is going to do a full fib. And, past cycles, we have seen a full fib. We almost got up to a full fib in the last cycle. And so if I were to just show you guys where $147,000 would bring us on the Bitcoin chart, 147 would bring us very close to the 2.618. So not a full fib, but very close to the 2.618. I mean, I will take it, no doubt about that. And here is the Q4 2023 report if you guys want to look into it further. Note, too, that they also mention Ripple. I'm just going to bring this up, too. They mentioned the July 13th, 2023 verdict by Judge Annalisa Torres, her ruling on XRP. So this was in a report that was brought to us by CC Data, basically just giving us all the inclinations, all the reasons why we should believe that we are going to see massive adoption. Okay, the ETF is coming out. We got that time frame, January 8th to 10th of 2024. That is going to be a very important date. But on top of that, guys, Yassine Mobarak asking this. So this could have an effect on XRP holders. And, it's interesting that he's mentioning an XRP ETF, something that I think is more likely than not to be in the cards sooner rather than later. If you look at just, the top cryptocurrencies in terms of market cap, get rid of BNB because Binance is having regulatory issues in the United States and globally. I mean, it's not even just in the US. Binance is having a lot of trouble right now. So if we take a look at this and we even remove BNB coin, XRP is number 3 in line. And Yassine Mobarak is saying this: if there were a Wall Street institutional fund that saw the first mover advantage for Bitcoin and Ethereum, spot ETF approval is gone, I would want to start thinking boldly and seriously consider filing an application for an XRP spot ETF. He says, why? There's a significant pent-up demand for institutions to have a position in XRP in a regulated and secure way. Look at how the price responded when a fake online post appeared in Delaware. You guys remember that for the BlackRock filing of an XRP spot ETF. The field is wide open, so no institution has filed for an XRP spot ETF application yet. Being the first to file has its advantages. It would be very interesting to watch how the SEC would respond. XRP court ruling makes it clear that it's not inherently a security, and XRP has a clear use case and a growing ecosystem. Well-capitalized institutional funds should dare the SEC to deny this application. The lawsuit against the SEC for this potential denial will have very strong legal ground. Also, the risk-reward ratio is compelling. There's a non-zero probability that the SEC might actually decide they have too many fights on their plate and don't want to engage in a new one, especially if the odds are against them. So imagine an XRP spot ETF getting approved with all the sector bullish momentum in 2024. What he is suggesting is that the landscape is fertile ground for this opportunity, and I can see where his mind is at here. I can see where the logic lies. You would see an avalanche and a snowball effect happening at the same time. So guys, is it possible? Again, you even just look at market cap here, you look at XRP being one of those cryptocurrencies that actually has real world utility. And the spot Bitcoin, spot Ethereum ETFs, that's already kind of in the hopper. I would deny Binance Coin any kind of attention, and I'm sure regulators are as well. Well, that leaves XRP in the number 3 spot. And for all those reasons, I think it is a very good possibility. So don't let this market get you down, guys. Think of it as a great opportunity to scoop up coins like XRP at a steal of a deal. If that is something you are still interested in, that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.